I'm Hoot Gibson, and I'm standing in front of Aviation Challenge's U.S. Air Force F-4C Phantom II jet. The Phantom saw extensive action in the Vietnam conflict by both the Navy, the Marine Corps, and the Air Force as well. It was a Navy airplane to begin with, originally developed by the Navy as a carrier-borne Mach 2 plus, 2 times the speed of sound, supersonic interceptor, and carrier capable. The airplane was so good, in fact, in the 1970s and even into the early 1980s, it was the world's best all-around fighter. Now, the one I'm standing in front of, the F-4C, is the Air Force version. The previous 2 models had been the F-4A, which they didn't make very many of, less than 40 of the F-4As, and then the predominant Navy version, the F-4B, and then followed by the F-4C. The modifications to make an Air Force airplane, they didn't need quite as strong a landing gear because they didn't land them aboard aircraft carriers. So the landing gear is a little bit different. They didn't need to slow them down quite so much for landing as we did with the Navy airplanes. So it didn't incorporate something called boundary layer control, which was active blowing of engine bleed air over the flaps, which are on the back of the wing, and the slats on the leading edge of the wing. So it had some modifications that made it a little bit lighter airplane than the Navy airplanes, but it couldn't approach and land quite as slowly. Now, the F-4C that I'm standing in front of has a really distinct history because it was part of a MiG trap in the Vietnam War called Operation Bolo on January the 2nd, 1967, in which Colonel Robin Olds and the Wolf Pack ambushed a bunch of MiGs, and they shot down 4 MiGs in the course of this one engagement. This airplane that I'm standing in front of shot down one of those MiG-21s. So it has a very rich history, a very distinctive history, and we're really looking forward to the restoration of this airplane and it being one of our prized displays here at Aviation Challenge.